The second question on the same verse, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati samasarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhathe param. When we see many devotees, when we interact, when we come in contact with many devotees who are very sincere in their chanting, in their understanding of philosophy, in their practices of the regulatory principles, and in their devotional service, everything seemed to be perfectly all right. But they still seem to be lamenting, having some attachments, some hatred, some liking, some favorable ones and unfavorable ones. And we see so many of these things also. Does this mean that they are not in the stage that's mentioned in the 54th sloka of 18th chapter, Brahma Bhuta stage? Or how do we understand this? That's a question. First thing we have to understand is that we are all practitioners. We are not perfected souls yet. Number one. Number two, how much ever we try to be perfect, we still have our karma vasanas, the prarabdha karma, which still impacts us in our day-to-day life. We are called mumukshus, meaning we are in the path of attaining the Lord, that is called liberation, and serving the Lord. Unlike the other yoga systems, for those who are surrendered unto the Lord through a guru, the Lord sees their sincerity and dedication than anything else. In Kali Yuga, for us to come to a stage of self-realization, Paramatma realization, or Bhagavan realization is not so very easy. The Lord Himself knows this. We take one step forward in Krishna consciousness, we fall back 2 steps. That is how this Kali Yuga is designed. So the point I'm trying to convey here is the Lord sees the sincerity than any other factors. The other factors that are mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita 51, 52, 53, the prerequisite is good to have so that we can get to the 54th sloka, Prasannatma stage, but it is not so very easy. The Lord Himself knows this. Therefore, all He sees is, are we surrendered to the best that we could? If we are, then that becomes our qualification to attain the Lord. Why? Because we are not depending on our own strength to attain the Lord. Rather, we are depending on the mercy of the Lord. Meanwhile, we do our best from our side. That's all it really matters. Now, when we interact with devotees, when we see these flaws in them, do not take it serious. It is Lord's responsibility to correct them or give them the strength or whatever He needs to do. That's His responsibility. And the second person who has a responsibility is the Guru. But for us, we should not be concerned about their attachment, their hatred, or whatever the other things are. Rather, we get inspired by their sincerity in their services. As long as they are sincere, as long as they are following everything that needs to be followed, we appreciate them, we take them as an example in our life, but we pray for their well-being rather than trying to come to a conclusion or make a judgment if they fall into this sloka or not. It is so very difficult for anyone to come to this stage. It's not easy. The Lord will see the best out of the worst. Likewise, we also try to cultivate that quality of seeing good thing in others. Also, another point is we should try to not compare ourselves with others based on number of years in Krishna consciousness and based on the knowledge or any of these things. So we should not be doing those things also. Every individual person is so very different, and they all come with their own package of karma and vasanas. Everyone has to go through that one. But everyone, if we are dependent on the mercy of the Lord and try our best, that's itself good enough for our success in this very life. Hope I answered your question. Thank you. Hare Krishna.